It's a harsh reality, but some people in our lives take pleasure in causing harm and chaos. Think about it. You could be sharing moments and trusting someone, only to discover that they are the source of your turmoil. Today, we dive deep into a topic that's as fascinating as it is frightening, recognizing the signs you're dealing with an evil person. Whether it's a colleague, a friend, or even a family member, these individuals can be masters of deception, hiding their true nature behind charm and charisma. Today, we're not just exploring. Exploring this dark side of human behavior isn't just about curiosity. Understanding these signs can truly be life-changing. The Stoics emphasize the power of perception and the importance of living a life guided by reason and virtue. By identifying and understanding toxic traits, we can protect our peace of mind and foster healthier relationships, adhering to the Stoic principles of wisdom and self-control. Join us as we reveal 5 telltale signs of an evil person. By the end of this video, you'll be better equipped to recognize these behaviors, but also learn practical ways to safeguard your mental health and well-being. If you appreciate what we're doing here, a simple free favor I'll ask from you is to hit the subscribe button and please don't skip any part of the video. You won't want to miss our special bonus section, where I'll share an effective strategy for setting firm boundaries with these individuals. Let's embark on this journey of self-awareness and resilience together. When we talk about people who seem charming and charismatic at first, it's important to remember that appearances can be deceiving. These individuals often light up a room, making everyone around them feel special and valued. They know exactly what to say to make you feel like you've just made a new best friend. At first glance, they seem like the perfect person, witty, engaging, and seemingly interested in your life. It's easy to get swept up in their charm, thinking you've found someone truly special. However, the Stoics teach us to look beyond the surface and seek the truth through rational thought and observation. Over time, you might start to notice little cracks in their facade. Maybe they always need to be the center of attention, overshadowing others in social settings. They might talk over you, interrupt you, or even subtly put you down in front of others. These aren't just quirks or signs of an extroverted personality, they're red flags. The Stoics would advise us to observe these behaviors with a clear mind, unclouded by the initial excitement of their charisma. Imagine being at a party. Imagine being at a party where this person is the life of the event, telling jokes and captivating the crowd. Initially, it feels great to be in their orbit, but as the evening progresses, you realize they're dominating every conversation, making everything about themselves. When you try to share something about your life, they quickly redirect the topic back to them. This is where the Stoic principle of apatheia, a state of being undisturbed by external things, comes in handy. By staying emotionally balanced, you can see through their charming act and recognize the self-centered nature underneath. It's also crucial to pay attention to how they react when things don't go their way. A person who is genuinely kind and caring will handle disappointments and disagreements with grace and understanding. But someone who is merely playing a role to gain your trust might quickly become angry or defensive. They might lash out or try to manipulate the situation to regain control. According to Stoic wisdom, such reactions are clear indicators of a lack of virtuous character. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to be wary of those who display signs of anger and manipulation, as these are not the traits of a rational and virtuous person. The key here is to take your time and trust your instincts. The Stoics believed in the power of observation and the importance of not rushing to judgment based on first impressions. Epictetus taught that we should carefully evaluate the character of those we allow into our inner circle. So, if someone seems too good to be true, give yourself the space to observe their actions. Over time, observe how they treat others, especially when they think no one is watching. True character is revealed in how a person behaves when they aren't trying to impress anyone. Remember, not everyone who seems charming and charismatic has good intentions. Some people use their charm as a tool for manipulation. By staying grounded and mindful, you can protect yourself from being deceived by a superficial facade. Stay true to the Stoic principles of wisdom and discernment, and you'll be better equipped to navigate these complex social interactions. Another crucial sign to watch out for is a lack of empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It allows us to connect deeply with those around us, offer support when needed, and create meaningful relationships. However, some individuals seem to lack this essential human trait completely. They don't care about how their actions or words affect others, which can have a devastating impact on those around them. The Stoics believed in the importance of compassion and understanding as fundamental virtues. Marcus Aurelius often spoke about the interconnectedness of humanity and the need to consider the well-being of others as part of our own well-being. So, when we encounter someone who shows a blatant disregard for the feelings of others, it's a serious red flag. Imagine sharing something deeply personal with a friend, hoping for comfort or understanding, and instead, they brush off your feelings or even mock your vulnerability. This lack of empathy can make you feel isolated and misunderstood. It's not just about them not being there for you in tough times, it's also about them failing to share in your joy or celebrate your successes. A person who lacks empathy won't cheer for your achievements, they might even undermine them or take credit themselves. This behavior isn't just limited to personal relationships. Consider a boss who pushes their employees to the brink, showing no concern for their well-being. They might demand long hours and disregard their team's mental and physical health. Without offering fair compensation, ignoring requests for time off, or publicly criticizing employees in ways meant to humiliate rather than constructively guide, creates a toxic work environment where people feel undervalued and stressed. The Stoics would advise us to maintain our inner peace and integrity in such situations, recognizing that the lack of empathy in others reflects their character, not ours. Furthermore, a lack of empathy can lead to more malicious behaviors. People who cannot empathize may engage in actions that are outright cruel or without any sense of guilt or remorse. They might lie, cheat, or even inflict physical harm without considering the pain they're causing. The Stoic philosopher Seneca emphasized the importance of kindness and justice, teaching that our actions should always reflect our inner virtue. When someone lacks empathy, they are fundamentally disconnected from these values. A lack of empathy also manifests in smaller, everyday interactions. For example, someone who constantly interrupts conversations to talk about themselves, shows little interest in others' perspectives, or fails to offer help when needed, displays a pattern of behavior that reveals deeper issues. The Stoics would remind us to be observant and discerning, understanding that these small signs indicate a person's true character. If you find yourself dealing with someone who consistently lacks empathy, it's crucial to set boundaries to protect your mental and emotional health. The Stoics believed in prioritizing our own well-being and not allowing others' negativity to disturb our peace. You have the right to distance yourself from those who drain your energy and bring you down. Another significant sign of an evil person is manipulation. Manipulation occurs when someone uses deceit or cunning tactics to control or influence others to achieve their goals. It's a subtle, often insidious behavior that can be incredibly damaging. To those who experience it, manipulators are adept at distorting situations, causing you to doubt your reality and bending your will to meet their needs. This can leave you feeling confused, powerless, and unsure of your own judgments. Let's consider manipulation from a Stoic perspective. The Stoics valued clear thinking and seeing things as they truly are. They taught that our perceptions should be grounded in reality and that we should stay firm in our principles despite external pressures. When someone manipulates you, they try to cloud your perception and distort reality, making it hard to uphold these Stoic ideals. Gaslighting is a common form of manipulation where the manipulator makes you doubt your memory, perception, or sanity. They may deny events occurred or twist your words to make you feel responsible. For instance, if you confront a friend about something hurtful they said, instead of admitting it, they might accuse you of being oversensitive or remembering incorrectly. This undermines your confidence and makes you rely on their version of reality. Manipulators also excel at playing the victim. They may guilt-trip you into doing things by making you feel responsible for their happiness. For example, a friend who constantly complains about their problems expects you to drop everything for them but is never there for you in return. They might say things like, "If you were really my friend, you'd do this for me," making you feel obligated. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, emphasized understanding what we can control, our responses, not others' actions or emotions. Consider how manipulators might use flattery or charm to manipulate you. Initially, it feels good to receive compliments and feel special, but over time, you may realize their praise comes with strings attached. They might praise you when they need something from you or want you to do something for them. This can create a sense of indebtedness or pressure to meet their expectations to gain their approval. The Stoics would remind us that true virtue and self-worth come from within, not from fleeting approval from others. Manipulation can also involve isolation tactics. A manipulative person might try to separate you from your friends and family, making you more reliant on them. They might say things like your friends don't really care about you or your family doesn't understand you like I do. This tactic makes it easier for them to control you, as you become more dependent on them for support and validation. The Stoics emphasize the importance of maintaining strong, supportive relationships with others, recognizing that we thrive as social beings in community. Isolation contradicts these principles by weakening our support network and making us susceptible to manipulation. Financial manipulation is another tactic used by manipulative individuals. They might borrow money without repaying it or control your finances to limit your independence. For example, a partner might insist on managing all finances in the relationship, requiring you to ask for permission to spend anything. This control over finances can make it hard for you to leave the relationship or assert your independence. The Stoics would encourage us to seek self-sufficiency and independence, ensuring we are not overly influenced or controlled by others. Recognizing manipulation can be challenging, especially when you care about the person involved. The Stoics teach us to be vigilant and discerning, to see situations clearly, and to act with integrity. If you suspect someone is manipulating you, step back and objectively assess the situation. Are they consistently prioritizing their needs over yours? Do they make you feel guilty or uncertain? Are they trying to control aspects of your life or isolate you from others? It's important to set clear boundaries with manipulators and assertively communicate what you will and will not tolerate. Remember, you have the right to your thoughts, feelings, and actions. The Stoics remind us that while we can't control how others behave, we can control how we respond. By maintaining inner strength and clarity, we can protect ourselves from the harmful effects of manipulation and stay true to our values. One of the most obvious signs of an evil person is controlling behavior. This isn't just about preferences or quirks, it's about someone. A controlling individual seeks to dominate every aspect of your life, leaving little room for your autonomy and decisions. These individuals often disguise their behavior as concern or care, but underneath, it's about power and control. The Stoics, who valued personal freedom and self-control, would see this behavior as fundamentally opposed to living a virtuous life. Controlling behavior can manifest in various ways. For example, you might have a friend who insists on always deciding where you go and what you do together. While it might seem harmless initially, over time, you realize that your preferences and opinions are consistently ignored or overridden. They might say things like, "I know what's best for us," or "You'll have more fun if you just listen to me." This isn't about mutual decision-making, it's about one person imposing their will over another. In relationships, controlling behavior can escalate to dangerous levels. A partner might monitor your whereabouts, demand constant updates on your activities, and dictate who you can or cannot see. They might check your messages, go through your phone, or insist on knowing all your passwords. This kind of surveillance and micromanagement can make you feel trapped and anxious, always walking on eggshells to avoid conflict. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of maintaining inner freedom and autonomy despite external pressures. Control can also manifest through financial manipulation. A controlling partner or family member might take charge of all financial decisions, claiming it's because you're not good with finances or that it's easier if they handle everything. This strips you of financial independence, making it challenging to leave the relationship or assert your choices. The Stoics believed in self-sufficiency and managing resources wisely, viewing financial control as a form of enslavement that must be resisted. Another way controlling behavior manifests is through isolation tactics. A controlling person may isolate you from friends and family, claiming they're the only ones who truly understand or care about you. They might criticize your loved ones, saying things like your friends don't really care about you or your family is toxic. Over time, you may find yourself increasingly isolated, relying solely on the controlling person for support and companionship. The Stoics recognized the importance of community and supportive relationships, viewing isolation as harmful to personal growth and well-being. Controlling individuals may also use threats and intimidation to maintain power, such as threatening to leave you, harm themselves, or hurt you if you don't comply with their demands. This creates an environment of fear and anxiety, making it difficult to think clearly or make decisions that are best for you. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, taught that true courage and wisdom lie in facing our fears and not allowing others to intimidate us into submission. To reclaim our own power, it's crucial to understand that controlling behavior goes beyond mere preference for how things are done. It's about fundamentally undermining your ability to make choices and live your life freely. The Stoics would advise us to recognize these behaviors as assaults on our autonomy and violations of our personal freedom. By staying true to our values and maintaining inner strength, we can resist the influence of controlling individuals and reclaim our right to live freely. If you find yourself dealing with someone exhibiting controlling behavior, it's essential to establish clear boundaries and assert your independence. Communicate openly about your needs and limits, and don't hesitate to seek support from others who understand your situation. Remember, the Stoics teach us that while we can't control others, we can control our reactions and decisions. By grounding ourselves in our principles and valuing our autonomy, we can shield ourselves from the harmful effects of controlling behavior and lead more authentic, fulfilling lives. Another unmistakable sign of an evil person is pathological lying. This goes beyond the occasional white lie most people tell. Pathological liars deceive constantly, often without any apparent reason. They fabricate stories, manipulate facts, and distort reality to suit their needs or gain advantage over others. This behavior damages relationships by eroding trust and weaving a web of deceit that's hard to unravel. The Stoics valued truth and integrity above all else, believing that a virtuous life is rooted in honesty and that deceit betrays one's character. Marcus Aurelius emphasized living in harmony with nature, aligning actions with truth and reason. Pathological liars directly oppose these principles, creating a false reality that serves only themselves. Such lying can take many forms, starting innocuously with small lies like exaggerating a story. Pathological liars often fabricate stories to enhance their image or make themselves appear more interesting. Over time, these lies can escalate to covering up mistakes, manipulating others to achieve their goals, or falsely taking credit for others' work. They might create fictional narratives about their past to gain sympathy or admiration. This constant dishonesty creates a distorted reality where distinguishing truth from fabrication becomes challenging. Consider how a pathological liar might operate in a workplace. They might exaggerate their qualifications, overstate their contributions to projects, or spread false rumors to undermine colleagues. This behavior erodes trust and creates a toxic environment where people are constantly unsure of who to believe. The Stoics would counsel us to uphold our integrity and not be swayed by the deceitful actions of others. Epictetus taught that we should focus on what we can control, our own thoughts and actions, without being disturbed by the dishonesty around us. In personal relationships, pathological lying can be devastating. Imagine being with someone who consistently lies about their whereabouts, past, or feelings. This behavior fosters insecurity, anxiety, and self-doubt, undermining your ability to trust your own perceptions. The Stoics remind us to trust our judgment and resist being manipulated by others' deceit. Seneca emphasized finding inner peace that remains undisturbed by external deceit. One challenging aspect of pathological lying is its initial difficulty to detect. Pathological liars can be highly convincing, mixing truth with lies and detailed narratives. Vigilance, a Stoic principle, teaches us to remain observant and critical, seeking truth through careful consideration and evidence. When confronted with a lie, observe how the person reacts. Do they become defensive or aggressive? Do they blame you or offer plausible explanations that deepen the deception? Genuine individuals admit mistakes and strive to rectify them, whereas pathological liars entrench themselves in falsehoods. Stoic wisdom advises remaining calm and rational in response to such behavior, recognizing it for what it is without letting it provoke emotional reactions. Consider the long-term impact of pathological lying. It erodes trust, the foundation of any relationship. Once trust is broken, rebuilding it becomes arduous, leaving you in perpetual suspicion. Always questioning whether you're being deceived again can create a harmful cycle of distrust and bitterness. The Stoics emphasize the value of nurturing genuine, transparent relationships built on mutual respect and empathy. When faced with a pathological liar, it's crucial to decide whether rebuilding trust is feasible or if distancing yourself from their toxic influence is healthier. If you find yourself entangled with a pathological liar, setting firm boundaries becomes essential to safeguard your mental and emotional well-being. The Stoics would counsel us to stay true to our values, refusing to be dragged down by the deceit of others. Clearly define what behavior you will not tolerate and assertively communicate these boundaries. Don't hesitate to walk away from relationships or situations built on falsehoods. Your peace of mind and integrity should take precedence over maintaining connections tainted by consistent deception. So, how can you shield yourself from such harmful behaviors while upholding your peace and integrity? Setting boundaries emerges as a vital skill in dealing with challenging individuals. Boundaries delineate what is acceptable and protect your emotional, mental, and even physical health. Stoics, who valued personal integrity and inner peace, viewed boundary setting as fundamental to leading a virtuous and serene life. It's crucial to understand that setting boundaries isn't about harshness but about self-respect and ensuring others respect you too. Stoics emphasized living authentically and harmoniously with our true selves. Clearly articulating your boundaries fosters healthier interactions by preventing misunderstandings and maintaining mutual respect. For instance, if a friend consistently belittles you, assertively stating, "I value our friendship, but I won't tolerate disrespectful remarks. If this continues, I'll need to step back," sets a clear expectation aligned with Stoic principles. Consistency is also key in boundary setting. It's not enough to establish boundaries once, you must uphold them consistently to reinforce their importance. Stoic philosophy teaches that clear, consistent communication fosters order and respect in relationships, nurturing environments where honesty and mutual understanding can flourish. Setting and maintaining boundaries is crucial for your well-being and self-respect. It's not just about expecting others to respect them without reminders, you must consistently enforce them, even when it feels uncomfortable. The Stoics, especially Epictetus, emphasized discipline and perseverance in upholding boundaries. By doing so, you show self-respect and teach others how to treat you with dignity. If someone repeatedly crosses your boundaries, it's a clear sign of disrespect. It may be necessary to reassess such relationships. Remember, setting boundaries is an ongoing process, adapting as relationships evolve. For instance, in a work setting, you might need to set boundaries around workload and availability to avoid burnout. This could mean assertively stating, "I'm happy to help with this project, but I can't take on additional tasks beyond my current responsibilities." Dealing with pushback or resistance when setting boundaries can be challenging. People used to having their way, especially those with controlling tendencies, might react with anger or guilt-tripping. Stoic wisdom teaches us to stay calm and resolute in the face of such challenges. Marcus Aurelius stressed the importance of maintaining composure and not letting others' negative emotions sway us. Sometimes, setting boundaries means making tough decisions, like distancing yourself from toxic relationships. This process is essential for preserving your mental and emotional health. The Stoics remind us that our primary responsibility is to our own well-being and virtue. By choosing our associations wisely and leaning on our support network, we strengthen our resolve to uphold boundaries. Practicing self-care is integral to boundary setting. Taking time for activities that bring joy and relaxation nurtures your physical and mental health, aligning with Stoic principles of self-care and virtue. By prioritizing self-respect and self-love through boundaries, you affirm your worth and commitment to a virtuous life. Remember, your peace and integrity are worth protecting. Setting boundaries isn't just a defense mechanism, it's a declaration of your self-worth and dedication to living authentically. Thank you for joining me in this journey with Stoic Journal. If you found this helpful, explore our suggested videos for more insights. Stay strong, stay wise, and continue living your truth. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Stoic Journal. If you found these insights valuable, imagine what more you could discover by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Dive deeper into Stoic wisdom, strengthen your resilience, and embrace a life of integrity and peace. Click the subscribe button now to start your journey towards a more fulfilling life. Stay strong, stay wise, and let's keep living our truth together. Subscribe today and transform your perspective with Stoic Journal.